Speaking of gangster, so Pat, I don't know if you've listened to the show, but we play this game called Keeping It Gangster, but we're going to do a wine edition to you. So we usually show you slang and you have to tell us what it is. So we're gonna make this about wine. And so
Okay.
Danny and I are gonna go back and forth. So
I'll
I'm
probably
gonna show you
won't pass too much of this, but we'll see.
I think this
But
will be easier than the test you've
I have a
taken
little
so far.
shoulder. I have a little shoulder in there. I'm gonna mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you
Yeah.
with the shoulder one first. This is a two-part. Okay. So, where was the reverse shoulder arthroplasty made?
So is this an actual question?
Yeah.
Or how do you want me to make it?
Like,
Gangster?
Like where was it
No.
created?
It's just
No, you can just answer it.
Oh,
yeah, just say the answer.
so Paul Grammont in France.
Lyon, France, right?
Yeah. Well, was he from Lyon? Could have been. Yeah.
What grape variety is associated with Lyon, France?
Well, there actually isn't any wine grown in Lyon. It's just south of Lyon, which is the Côte Rôtie, so it's Syrah.
Well, they
that.
said I got
You don't even
Gamay
know the
grape.
answer.
I'm not sure. The answer was Gamay grape.
No, Gamay is in Beaujolais, so that's
right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Gamay is, but it's also a really good varietal for Thanksgiving. But Beaujolais is in the region of Burgundy, but not. And there was a duke that actually outlawed Gamay from Burgundy and made them remove all the Gamay and take it out so that Pinot Noir could be the star.
See, Andy's smarter than the internet.
So I got a really quick. So here's my question: what do you pair with a vegan meal for Danny on Thanksgiving?
Oh, well, it's all about spices, and you can do some amazing vegan stuff. And but if you're going to have roasted things like that, I would try, because your vegan meal is going to try to match what Thanksgiving is all about, right? So you're going to have faux meat that's sort of like a turkey. You're going to make a turkey roast or something like that. And so I would do the same things: Pinot Noir, Chateauneuf de Pape, which is a Grenache-based wine that works really well on Thanksgiving. So it's all going to be about the spices.
That sounds good. I actually drink all wine. I'm more plant-based because I know there's some wines that get like filtered through cat bladder, and that's kind of a no-no for some of these people. But I just basically
because exactly. Or if they add like egg sulfites or to drive the sulfites out of wine.
Yes, I drink those
things. So, but if you go, I mean, it just depends how hardline you want to be. But the natural, in fact, my paper for my level 4 is I had to talk about the growth and development of natural wine. So there are some natural wines, and there are some people that really believe, I'm going to take all the chemistry out of it. We're no sulfites, no nothing. We don't worry about bacteria. You can all get sick. And it smells funky. It's like, and it's not taken off because the wines just aren't as good, but you can go down that way.
What do you got, Sharif?
All right. I got, what is a chunky monkey?
Chunky monkey is it's a standard shell short stem cultivate.
Okay, but
wait, that's
this is my PA's name for the device. So the big short stem, he's called that the chunky monkey. Chunky monkey is also an ice cream. But
when pertaining, here comes Bobby. All right.
Hey, Pat, sorry, I got to cut in for a second. You really got to dumb it down for these guys. Like, they clearly are not keeping up with you here. So you got to give them like the kindergarten level answers to all these questions.
Now, but when pertaining to wine, what is a chunky monkey?
I don't know. Do you find something like that?
Oh, a wine with a lot of sediment.
I've never heard that, but I can get that.
Okay.
So you want to talk about sediment?
What's flabby? I actually like some of these words.
Okay, so flabby is when you drink wine and you want so you want some acidity, you want something to be bright, and on almost every occasion you need some acidity to make it bright and sharp. And So if you're drinking it as an aperitif before dinner or out by the pool or, for cocktail hour, you want acidity so that it makes your mouth water and you want to eat food. And when you're eating the food, you need to have at least something that's going to cut through it. So flabby wine is when it's lost that. It's kind of just, it's like drinking grape juice. And there's nothing distinctive about it. There's nothing interesting. It's just drinking grape juice. So
that's exactly right. When there's no acidity or structure. All right, Danny, what do you got?
What's a terror? I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
It's terroir.
Oh, see?
What's a terror? It's when you ask questions about wine.
I was going to say terrier. That's a dog, but terroir is it's a French word that there is no English equivalent for, and it means it's the whole encompassed climate aspect, soils. It's all that makes something special in a wine. So wines really should reflect where they come from. And we know that, there are wines that have granite soils and they're going to produce that type of experience. And most times it's a mixture of marl and limestone. So limestone's really good for things like Chardonnay and things like that. And Pinot Noir, you want to have a mixture because the limestone gives you the acidity, but the marl and the clay is what gives it the body. And then the different minerals in the soil can contribute to what the structure is as far as tannins, which are the tightness that you get at the end of the bottle. So terroir means just that. It's what makes Burgundy special compared to everybody else.
That was such a good answer, and I feel stupid because on my little note, so I would remember, I wrote dirt. but you said it.
Just dirt.
So much better, and that's the difference between you.
I did pass the test with high honors. So.
That's
all right,
awesome.
Pat. What is ABC when they say
anything but Chardonnay?
There it is.
And that came out because in the 80s, Chardonnay was really the big drink. And still, there's more Chardonnay bought and sold and made in the world. And it's a sort of a blank canvas so that you can make whatever you want. But in Napa, they started making really buttery and oaky Chardonnays. And the thing is, when you start adding oak, then you can really distort the flavor. So people that like oak, then they can add this stuff into it and then make it a terrible wine. And that's why a lot of people went away from it. And then the whole Sauvignon Blanc, and there's all kinds of different, Chenin Blanc and different things, but ABC was all against that. And most of Napa has gone back the other way, but there are Chardonnays out there that when you drink, you think you're drinking a cardboard box. It's just awful.
So part 2 of the ABC, which was interesting to me, is cougar juice. What is cougar juice?
Cougar juice can be, I don't know, it's a monitored station.
No, we made an explicit logo on our podcast. It's fine.
Well, there are.
I like how he's thinking this through, like how
but there are kind of, well, just like, there's men that go hang out and drink beers and they like this beer, it's Coors Light all night or something.
Right.
Cougar juice is for women groups that get together and they drink, in particular, one wine, and they just can't get away from it. And probably it was Rombauer, which is the one that was listed there. But there are some other ones that it's almost like these wines they're almost like cocaine. They just can't stop. And it gets very addictive.
Oh, I like Malbec.
Okay.
Yeah, California Chardonnay or Malbec. Yeah, they're stuck to it.